Check, check, check. All right, cool. Okay, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Is this actually started though? Yes. Okay. It is. All right. You might be you might be wondering why I'm over here. That's because I'm back in my work office on my old computer, which is now the learning computer. I feel like this office has been better for, I don't know, my general well-being, mental maybe, because there's more light. Like you can obviously see that there's more light in this office. There's more space. And so, yesterday I went through and I moved my desks together. Now, normally, so the reason why I split the two offices apart is because, well, I have my gaming office in the other room with my gaming computer. And so one of the things that was big for me was like I wanted to differentiate the two offices, right? Like I wanted, this is where work is, that's where gaming is type of deal, right? So that you could just kind of, at the end of the day, at the end of the work day, you just peace out and then you go over to the other office and then you play video games. But I've noticed that when I'm trying to learn things on that computer, I'm distracted by all of the other things. So I moved my stuff over here, and so now I have the two offices. Wait, how do I get back in? Into my... There we go. Okay. So, I'm just going to go through and gonna do some learning. And I'm going to just test out streaming over here, man. That is what we're gonna do. Cause I've gotta learn some AWS stuff. That's what I've been doing. This weekend I've got to. So one of the things I want to do this weekend is I'm trying to figure out how I can proactively have a chatbot reach out to somebody. Now, I think that there's a way to do it via like N8N and a few other things, but I need to figure out the tools. Now, when I was driving back from the doctor's today, I was talking to Gemini, which personally, like, I feel like with Gemini, when I'm talking to Gemini, like it's okay for like general conversations. Now I might not be using like the right model. I just throw it on, right? I find ChatGPT is a little bit better for it, mostly because I have my own tuned copy of ChatGPT, but Gemini is just what's on my phone, right? And so I was chatting with it, and like it doesn't elaborate very much on like some of its questions or some of its answers. One of the things that I think that we need to do with AI, right, in order to kind of like bridge this like gap between like it being awkward is like it needs to proactively ask questions, I think. Like otherwise it's a very one-sided conversation with it, and I think that it needs to get more conversational, if that makes sense. But we're gonna learn how to make a Amazon AI smart assistant. Now, we'll see if I have to log into my AWS account with this. I mean, I think I already know how to do this because it's going to be on Bedrock and it's going to use. But I haven't really used any of these, so I have to go through like they bought me a like year subscription for this, but I haven't gotten paid out for it yet, and they haven't given me my credentials from work, so sign in to AWS Skill. I thought I was signed in. Okay, we're signed in. One hour. All right, let's turn off this music. We're gonna start learning. I hope this is audible because if I just have to sit here and read I have a hard time learning when it's just reading documentation, honestly. Like it kind of bugs me whenever I have to like just sit there and pour over documents. And actually one of the things that I've been doing lately is I've been using Notebook LLM in order to just toss documents um into it and then just have it like it makes you like a podcast of the documentation. So because I like to I just like to be able to sit there. Oh no. Okay. Give me the tutorial video.
Welcome to AWS Simulearn, a learning experience that features an immersive customer meeting.
You know, one of the things that kind of bugs me whenever I have to like I go through training is like, bro, it's you can get like natural AI voices these days. Like you can 1 billion% tell when like a training module's voicing is AI. And it bugs me because like if you use like 11 labs or something along those lines, um, the voices are so much better. Like the options that people have, you know, for voicing is so good, and you can like modify the pitch and the tone and the canter and you know all of that stuff with the voices to make them sound more natural. And everybody just sits there and goes, "Yo, what's the most garbage like?" What's the just most garbage AI TikTok sounding voice that I can get?
Paired with hands-on solution building in the AWS console. Start by choosing either Open Dialog mode or Scripted mode. Open Dialog mode features dynamic chats, powered by generative AI agents, while Scripted mode has a predefined customer conversation. In Open Dialog mode, you will chat with a generative AI-powered virtual customer to solve their business problem with an AWS solution. As you chat with the virtual customer, your responses will be evaluated by another generative AI agent in the bottom right panel, using several soft skills dimensions, like customer focus and technical knowledge. When you recommend the correct service during the meeting, it will be revealed in the architecture diagram at the top right. Your goal
Oh,
during
what
the
the fuck
meeting
is
is to
this?
recommend all of the correct services needed to build the solution. If you get stuck during the meeting, go to the bottom right panel and ask Dr. Newton, the AI chatbot, for help.
I find it kind of interesting whenever like they have their own like built-in like co-pilot type thing, and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna name this Doctor something." It's like, bro, come on. This is just another chatbot. Also, EC2 is not as good as like ECS. So what if I suggest something that's actually better, but because this training is old, or I wonder if they'll have like multiple different things because like, you know, an Amazon EC2, like you would just use the serverless container because then you're not paying to have a thing up all the time, which you don't need.
Once you reveal all of the missing services in the architecture, you move to building it on the AWS console in the Solution Center. The Solution Center has 3 sections: Learn, Practice, and Do It Yourself, DIY. In the Learn section, you will review the architecture diagram and watch videos about the services. In the Practice section, launch an automatically provisioned AWS Console Lab environment in a separate browser tab, then use the image-based guided steps to build the first part of the solution. Follow each step carefully and review the concepts on the left to get more insights.
Okay.
During solution building, never use your personal AWS account. If you need assistance as you build the solution, you can ask Dr. Newton for more help.
Wait, so what AWS account do you use then?
Once you are done with the practice section, move to DIY to complete part 2 of the solution without guided instructions, then validate it to complete the solution. After validation is complete, you are done. You can choose to replay the scenario or start another AWS Simulearn assignment. Good luck.
Okay, thanks. Good luck. Okay. Creating an AI smart assistant on AWS. We'll go with guided. We're gonna start. Okay. Uh, Man, this is weird. They're gamifying AWS stuff. Hi, I hope you can help us. Our company has grown, and the HR department is handling over 500 information requests from employees daily. Bro, ain't no company getting 500 HR requests every single day. Well, okay, not like okay, maybe there are. Like, what are they requesting? Just tell them to stop. We tend to get the same general questions every day. Did you send them to the FAQ? Oh, this guy's a mayor. The mayor of what? The company? Does the company have a mayor? All right, let's see. The HR department is struggling to respond to over 500 daily employee requests for information. The majority of the requests are about policies, benefits, and procedures. Also, the requests can currently be handled only during business hours and are limited in the number of simultaneous replies. This needs immediate and I'm sure the HR staff is struggling with burnout, having to repeat a lot of the same info every day. You would think if they were repeating the same info every single day that they would have that shit templatized and they could just go, oh, here's the answer. Oh, here, did you check out this link? Oh, hey, this is what the answer. Burnout, man, those are easy peasy tickets, dude. Anyways. Yes, our handbooks have most of the information. Of course, employees still like to call and ask. That's because they don't have anything better to do, and they just want to sit there and talk to somebody and waste their time through the day so that they don't have to do any real work, I'm on to them. I understand. I understand, Jack. I see you haven't have you thought about a generative AI solution, an AI powered agent that can answer questions using your handbook as a source? Plus, an AI agent can handle requests from multiple employees at the same time at all hours of the day or night. I don't think that's the first thing that you go and say, "Hey, dog, have you thought about a generative AI solution?" ChatGPT wrote this script. Oh, wow, that sounds great. Does an AI agent offer any other benefits? Well, of course they do. For example, using a feature called action groups, the agent can perform anything that can be done with code. For instance, there's a standard method to submit time off requests. That action group can request the required info and submit the request for the employee. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, but like, wouldn't you just go to your dashboard and just request your time off? I wouldn't, bro. I would not trust a chatbot to request my time off, dude. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. There's like some things with chatbots that like I can trust them, and there's things I just don't care about. Like, oh, you're gonna go do this thing for me? Fantastic. Whatever. It's not a big deal, you know. But I don't know that I would have it like update my time off. I mean, I guess you could do it, and then you would just follow up with like whoever the next day and be like, "Yo, did you get that? Did that go in right? Oh, it didn't. Oh, okay. I like that, but none of us know how to set up an AI agent. Can you help us with this?" Well, that's why you're reaching out, brother. That's why you're reaching out. Okay, Dr. Newton. Okay, so first off, this doesn't look like the right type of architecture because you need a front end right here. Wait, this doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Hold on. The solution demonstrates how to create an Amazon Bedrock agents with a knowledge base that can answer questions based on provided data and perform actions by requested users. You need. Oh, wait, are they going to use Amazon Lex in this? That's what they'll probably use for the front end. Because normally you have to have a front end that sits right here in the cloud. And then, in order to do streaming, well, I guess you don't necessarily have to do streaming, but you also want a DynamoDB ahead of the Amazon Bedrock so that you can see this architect diagram. This doesn't make any sense to me. Yep, yep. Okay, so let's see. Because this definitely isn't how I'm building mine. Maybe I just don't know what I'm doing. Although I did meet with the actual AWS solutions architects, and they were like, "Oh yeah, your stuff looks fine-ish." So, oh, interesting. Users enable model, LLM, and a vector embedding store model, and the Amazon Bedrock. Yeah, okay. Step 3: data stored as text files in an Amazon Simple Storage Service S3 bucket serves as the foundation for creating the model, the knowledge base. So you put your documents in here, chunk them into your vector database in the knowledge base, and then that feeds the Bedrock agent. Well, the Bedrock agent pulls from the knowledge base in order to get the information. Okay. Amazon Bedrock can be integrated with OpenSearch to create powerful knowledge-based solutions. OpenSearch supports vector storage and search through its KNIN, oh, K nearest neighbors that enables vector similarity search. Got it. Actually, give me an overview.
Amazon OpenSearch Overview. Amazon OpenSearch Service is a managed service that makes it easy to deploy.
You know what else bugs me? And when our training department at work was kind of going through how they utilize AI for their training stuff, just use, if you're going to use an AI voice model, use the same AI voice model. Don't use a dude for one, and then like a British chick for the other, and then like some other random voice for the next one. Have some sort of like concurrency across all of your training, because it's weird when you're watching one training and it sounds one way, and then you go watch like your training in like another training, and then it's a different way. It just doesn't. Yeah, it's kind of jarring a little.
Deploy, operate, and scale OpenSearch clusters in the AWS cloud. Amazon OpenSearch Service is the successor to Amazon Elasticsearch Service and supports OpenSearch and legacy Elasticsearch. OpenSearch is a fully open source search and analytics engine for use cases such as log analytics, real-time application monitoring, and clickstream analysis.
Log analytics, huh? I could. There's another use case. Okay, so Amazon OpenSearch works with Elasticsearch. So my company was asking me about how to build a like a log anomaly detector. I wonder if OpenSearch could be used for that. Although I don't think we use Amazon Elasticsearch for our logging.
Amazon OpenSearch Service provisions all the resources for your cluster and launches it. It also automatically detects and replaces failed nodes, reducing the overhead associated with self-managed infrastructures. You can scale your cluster with a single API call or a few clicks in the console. Here are the key benefits. Harness the power of OpenSearch.
Okay.
Amazon OpenSearch Service offers the latest versions of OpenSearch, support for 19 versions of open source Elasticsearch versions 1.5 to 7.10, and visualization capabilities powered by OpenSearch dashboards and corresponding versions of Kibana. Operate OpenSearch with the leading contributor of the community-driven, open source software. Increase efficiency. Eliminate operational overhead and reduce cost with automated provisioning, software installation, patching, storage tiering, and more. Go beyond basic search and analytics. Use machine learning to detect anomalies in real time, auto-tune your clusters, and personalize your search results. Access operational data in real time. You can use Amazon OpenSearch Service to quickly search and analyze your unstructured and semi-structured data to find what you need. OpenSearch features. Scale. OpenSearch provides a highly scalable system for fast access to large volumes of data, and many configurations of CPU, memory, and storage capacity up to 3 petabytes, with cost-effective ultra-warm and cold storage for read-only data. Security.
What's the difference between warm and ultra warm? I mean, I know cold storage, but I thought there was just warm, like hot standby for like data. I'm gonna have to figure out what ultra warm is.
Meet and maintain high security for authentication, authorization, encryption, audit, and regulatory compliance using index, document and field level security, HTTP basic or SAML authentication, and integration with AWS IAM, Amazon VPC, and Amazon Cognito. Flexibility. OpenSearch provides SQL integration with business intelligence applications and custom packages to improve search results. Stability. OpenSearch is available in multiple regions and allocates nodes across 2 or 3 availability zones, and dedicated management nodes automates cluster tasks, such as snapshots to backup and restore your domains.
That is a lot of stuff for OpenSearch. Okay, sounds good. In on this so that my boomer eyes can see what we're doing. Okay, so that's OpenSearch. An Amazon Bedrock agent is created with the access to the knowledge base. Okay, so this is the RAG model. 6. RAG uses data supplied by the user to provide answers that's not from general knowledge. Yep, so that's what we're building. To assist the users with actions rather than to provide only answers, an action group is then added to the agent. This action group, the agent can invoke AWS Lambda functions or other API calls to perform functions for the user. These actions request from the action group can be stored in databases such as Amazon Dynamo. Amazon Bedrock, you can create and deploy multiple agents with action groups based on your needs, cases. Okay.
Welcome to AWS SimuLearn, a learning experience that features
Oh, I already watched that. Learn, practice. I still don't get. I guess I'll look when it does the DIY part, but like, I know I've got to use like a WebSocket API gateway from like an ECS instance for the front end. I guess they're just going to have you build Amazon Bedrock, right? Because I mean, you just use the API call from Amazon Bedrock out to whatever it is that you're doing. Okay. Okay, great. Is this just literally screenshots? That's all they're doing? They're just gonna be like, okay, so here's what you do. Guess let me open access denied. Oh, okay, so they're gonna have you. Okay, let me put this on a different window. Put this over here. So we're gonna go to S3. Next. On the general purpose bucket tab, click the bucket name that starts with lab bucket. Got it. Then what? Choose the checkbox. Select this. Click open. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. You can quite literally just click on this thing. But I guess you would want to have this set up for the absolute lowest common denominator. But imagine opening like a file in an S3 bucket by going here and then clicking open. I guess this I guess the upside is it opens it in a new window. Okay, so these are the prompts that they're using for this AI agent. Those seem like a very not robust set of prompts for this training. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. Uh, I hope that this is like not what all of the courses that like my company paid for me to take are like, because this is not a good course. Turn to the Amazon S3 console browser tab, the general purpose bucket. We're going to click on knowledge base bucket. Okay. Wait, hold on. What am I copying this for? Oh, I need to paste it somewhere on my computer. I'll just keep that open. Oh, man. Whew, that kind of came out of nowhere. All right. Okay, so we're going to open. You can open the files and view the content. Okay, so we're just going to leave these here. I'm going to leave these on this screen because I just don't care that much. So we open this in a tab. Let's leave this here. So let's go to open search. Okay. Okay, click there. Collections. Clusters. Servers. Got it. Okay. Knowledge base collection. On the overview tab under the collection ARN, click the copy icon to copy the provided ARN, then paste it in your text editor. That's going to be here. You have Notepad++? I do. Oh, geez, this is some old-ass file. Theme forest, what the fuck is this? Oh, this is all stuff from when I had that mobile game website. I need more screens. I have 3 screens on this computer in here, and it feels like not enough screens. Even though I've only got 4 on my other computer. Okay, so we got the ARN. We're going to go back to indexes, create an index, name it KB index, add vector field, yeah, vector, all right, 2 full precision, and 4. You know, I didn't have to do this. I didn't have to do this for mine. I just created the knowledge. Metadata management. Not doing any metadata management. Okay. The other configurations associated with this vector index. What other EF construction you search, I guess? In a vector search, distance type refers to how similarity between vectors is measured. OpenSearch offers the following options: Euclidean distance, cosine similarity, dot production. Ooh, okay. So we're done with that. We're gonna go to Bedrock now. This is where I've been spending a lot of my time. Okay, so we are in here. We're gonna enable bottom left model. Bro, I don't understand why like I keep my mouse like way too close to my keyboard, and so like the DPI like button like always hits the edge of the um the edge of my keyboard, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna change your DPI for it. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, thanks. Let's see. So we're gonna do Titan embeddings, Titan text embeddings, and Nova Pro. I have been using Claude. Yo, they got Opus and Sonnet 4 in here now. I guess I'm gonna have to. I didn't notice that. I'll have to request those. Get those added to my chatbot. Okay. Those are the ones I think Opus 4 is the one that quite literally was gonna like blackmail the dude whenever they were like, "Oh, we're shutting you down, homie," and it's like, "I'm gonna tell your wife that you were cheating on her." And it's like, damn, that's crazy. I lost my mouse. Where is it? Submit. Give me. Okay. Knowledge base. We are going to create a knowledge base with a vector store. Didn't we already just didn't we just do that with didn't we just create a knowledge base in OpenSearch? Because like this is how I created mine. The interesting thing, and nice thing here is that hopefully at some point after I get my proof of concept done for work, I want to start working on one that pulls in all of the Salesforce data, so that we can parse all of our tickets and everything like that. It'll be able to like cache all that information and do all that stuff. All right. Do. So we're gonna name this HR knowledge base. Existing service role. It's gonna be the Bedrock knowledge base role, and we're gonna use Amazon S3. Come down to next. Data source name is HR. Data source. Browse S3. I think we're going to use the knowledge base bucket. That would make sense. That would make sense, huh? Then we go over here. We're going to select our embedding model, which is going to likely be Titan Embeddings version 2, which is what pretty much everything uses. I see. Use an existing vector store. Okay, and that's why we made that. This is going to be that Arn that we picked up. Metadata field mapping on bedrock text chunk bedrock metadata. Oh, got it. Next, scroll. Create knowledge base. Ooh, what a way to spend a Friday night, right? Sitting here learning some Amazon Web Services. Man, I'm just living the life, bro. Popping off out here. This is taking way too long. At least I know that it will actually start. What up, homie? Happy Friday. I was just heading out. I was just hearing about that today. Oh, the guy, that bot child. Yeah, dude. Yep. Yeah, it was kind of crazy, man. Dude, the like every time I hear them like pop like another like, oh hey, we just made the newest whatever model, right? I'm like, man, what kind of like crazy stuff is it gonna do today? Like what dystopian hell have we leashed upon ourselves? But you know, it's getting there. It's gonna get there. And you know, I'm learning all of this so that whenever our robot overlords and everything like that take over, I'll be like, "Hey man, you know, I was learning about you guys. I appreciate it. Please don't kill me and my dogs." So, okay, so we are back at the HR. I can't test this though. Knowledge base HR. Okay, so we created this. Test knowledge base. So I need to go back here. Knowledge bases. Oh, here we go. Need to open panel. Why would the panel be closed in the first place? That doesn't make sense. Click. Oh, it wanted me to close it. What? Hold on. On the knowledge base panel in the right, test knowledge base, click the arrow to close this plane. Scroll down to the data source. Okay, I'm at the data source. Sync source. Can you two dogs stop fighting? Like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? Knock it off. Yeah, stop. Are we all synced up? Okay, we're all synced up. Okay, now we're building an agent. Thing is, though, is like I've quite literally already done this. Like, this isn't. I feel like I can just. This is pretty straightforward. Okay, agent tab. We're gonna create an agent. Like this is all stuff that I've already like looked at. Like I was kind of hoping that it would show me like the other. I guess like I guess I marked this off of my. Oh, I did the training list, right? Existing service role. You know what one of the problems is with doing this at work is that like every time that I need like a service role, I can't just be like, "Oh, let me go create my own service role for this thing that I need." I have to like go to this security guy that doesn't ever answer my emails or my Slacks, and I have to go, "Hey dog, I I need you I need you to create a role with this thing, and it would be real cool if you did that." And then he just doesn't he just doesn't sometimes. Like he just quite literally refuses. This window. Audio bitrate 0 is lower. We recommend that you use an audio stream bitrate of 128. Is my audio cut off? Why, YouTube, why are you yelling at me about my audio bitrate? Oh well, weird. Okay, so we're gonna do Nova Pro. That would kind of suck if I was just sitting here and there was no audio on like the recording after the fact. It's just me just doing this, just talking to myself, talking to my dogs, but you can't hear me. Oh, this is where we needed this thing. So the nice thing, right, with the AI agents is that you really don't have a limit on the instructions that you can put in here for these agents. So like in the one that I'm building, I've got like 5 paragraphs of different instructions like for the agent that I'm working with. And it's kind of cool how like in depth you can kind of get on it. The thing though that I feel like, and one of the things like I've kind of read and like seen in terms of best practices is like if you put too many instructions in here for the instructions for the agent, like it'll just start getting confused and shit like that because it's like got too many things that you're trying to tell it to do. And so you have to be kind of concise or it'll just kind of go a little bit off the rails. Like that's one of the interesting things with stuff like this is just um walking kind of that line of being specific enough, but not being like overly, um, like too much. Also, I need like a footstool or something in here for this computer because I want to kick my feet up. Okay, so we're saving this. Then we're going to go down here. We're going to add it a knowledge base. Add. I don't think we need to add any specific instructions for that. knowledge base. Oh, this is manual versus, okay. Okay, so we test over here. Oh, hold on, what am I doing? Back, save, pair. So this is where we can test what are the standard hours. And it is standard work hours are 9 to 5. Is that what we would expect to see here? Flexible scheduling. Okay. That is what we would. Vacation policy. What do you think it does? Hold on. That is. Why would it just automatically go back to that box? That doesn't make any sense. What's the vacation policy? Sometimes I wonder, like, why you wouldn't get, like, a different response, or at least, like, not even necessarily, like, a different response, but, like, a differently worded correct response, if that makes sense. Like, if you ask the question a different policy, can you tell me the vacation policy? So it's just gonna pull the same thing every single time. You know, I went to sleep like early, like the other day, right? Like I laid down at I don't know, like 6 or 7 o'clock, like after work, and now my Aura ring is like, "Yo, dog, because you went to sleep early that one day, I'm gonna remind you every single day at like 7 o'clock that your bedtime is approaching." So it took all of my days that were like me going to sleep at like 10 or 11 o'clock. Because I went to sleep super early, like one day, it just shift everything like a couple of hours ahead. Like, bro, Aura Ring, can you just calm down? Also, one thing I've noticed about my Aura Ring is like it's supposed to send you like reminders and stuff like that, like, oh, you've been sitting in one place for too long, you should get up and move around and like do some stuff and things like that. And so like I'm like, all right, yeah, that's cool, whatever. And so I'll get up and I'll like let the dogs out and like I'll like run around with Sif, and then I'll come back upstairs, I'll sit down, and then my Aura Ring will send me a notification on my phone that goes, hey, don't you think it's time to get up and stretch your legs a little bit? And I'm like, Aura Ring. I quite literally just did that. Like I just did that. And it's every single time that I sit back down after I let the dogs out. Like I don't know. I think it's just trying to it's just trolling. Okay. So let's see. We're going to do action groups now. So we're going to add some action groups. And this is where they're going to be able to request time off. Submit. action. Select an existing Lambda function. Submit lead. Parameters. Oh, dump this. Name. Employee name. Description. That is name of the employee. Wow, that's crazy. Oh wait, hold on. So with this Lambda function, this will dump the employee name into a database for the request off. Okay. Interesting. Start date of leave. End date. This is how it actually goes. I wonder how to do this with our one validation value at function schema. Details. That's disabled. Start date, end date. What didn't I? Name of employee. Submit. Oh, action group function. Submit. Got it. I like, I like when you get an error if it just shows up at where the error is. Because like function schema dot function dot one dot member dot name fail. So hold on. Okay, is that correct? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just show up at the point, like in the page where my error is, because like that didn't really make a whole lot of sense, like as to where that error would have been. But I also should have named the function that I was creating too, right? That's my fault. Okay, so we made that. So we test, or save, we prepare, then we go submit my vacation request. You should have a website for that, but so on go. Bro, there's no way a real company would use a chatbot to submit time off requests like this. Hey, Doug. Hi. What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Yeah? What? Are you just gonna fall on my desk? Yeah? Okay. Cool deal. Yeah, no real company. Your vacation request has been successfully submitted. No shot. This is a stupid. This is a stupid one. What are you? What are you doing? What do you even? What do you? Don't you be chewing on no cords? I'll whoop you, dog. So we'll open up a new tab. I go to Lambda. Submit benefits. Submit. Okay. Then do this. I don't know what in here I'm supposed to be reviewing. DynamoDB Boda 3 resource, DynamoDB table, vacation table, parameters, employee name, start date, end date, insert. Yeah, I feel like this isn't a very super good um example because like who's gonna be using this? Like give me like a real life example. Like I guess you can build off of like this lambda like into the DynamoDB table. I mean because you'll uh yeah, you could do some requests, but I mean I guess it depends on like if your time off ERP system uses DynamoDB tables, vacation table. Explore table items. There we go. John Doe requested some time off. Man, we successfully did it. All right. Congratulations, you completed this practice session. Go to the DIY section to complete the solution. Okay, so I did it though. Solution validation method. Okay, so I did all of this. Our validation service will verify that the new Amazon Bedrock knowledge base, okay. Benefits agent name. Validate. What's my agent name? Then my knowledge base name. Yay. Yeah, the attached lambda function is not correct. Doc, create a new action. Attach sub benefits. Oh, hold on. Action group. Add. What do I have the other as? Submit lead. So this one is edit action group, submit benefits action, submit benefits. I don't know what I need to do here for the submit benefits. Oh, hold on. Let me just look at the Lambda function. Create claim data. Do I need to have all of that in there? Policy number, claim type, claim amount, member ID. Check, check, check. Yo, I wonder if my headset just shut off because I don't have any audio going on. Hold on. There we go. My headset's just like, yo, dog. You ain't got nothing coming in. I'm just gonna shut off on you. Like, okay, cool, dog. Cool, dude. Okay, so we add parameters, parameters. So let's see. I need. This is the policy number. Actually, I wonder if I even need to do this. We're gonna do this regardless. Extract parameters for the bedrock. Okay, yeah. I don't think I need to have very specific things here. Okay. Access denied. I'm not creating a role. Failed to quick create Lambda function. Access denied. Oh. Benefits. Okay, now let me see if it's validated. Yay, you did it! Wow! You did it. So, the problem that I have with this, right? So this is good. It's setting up this, right? I don't care, get out of here. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Oh, it probably killed my whole thing because I am done with the lab, so they're not going to let me stay in the lab. But the problem that I have with this right here is... What tab was that on? Right, this just shows you how to build, like, the Bedrock agent itself. Like, that's easy shit. Like, that's super easy what I just did right there. the problem becomes when you have to have like a front end to the actual users, because like you've got to use API WebSockets in order to do streaming. You have to do multiple Lambda calls. You have to have like a front end that you can use with this. So like this doesn't really encapsulate all of the stuff that you actually have to do with this. And it's like there's about a 500 million YouTube videos on just setting this up. Like this is stupid easy. Like none of this is really all that like big of a deal, right? It would be good if they kind of expanded upon that to just be like, okay, so now that you've built this, this is how you put it into some sort of like front end or something like that. I don't really need an Amazon Bedrock getting started. Foundations of prompt engineering. That might not be bad. I will say though, I guess like at least that train wasn't too terrible. Like in that, like it just kind of like, I mean, I've always been more of a person that like learns by doing than I am like just watching or something like that. Like even if I'm like watching something like it's going through all of its stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, well I'll just, I'll work on whatever it is on the side while it's doing its thing, right? Like as this is teaching me the thing that I'm learning, I am doing it over here. You know what I mean? Like, so that's kind of how I've always learned. So I don't mind the way that was. So that's not too bad. Let's see. Learn by cloud roll. Solutions architect. Free. This learning path helps you build knowledge on how to design applications large contributing. Holy shit, that's 50 hours. 50 hours. I need to learn about containers, actually. So that once I get this front end built, I can actually deploy it. Like one of the big things with like this new role at work and like all of this other stuff that I've been doing. So like I have to build this whole solution from the ground up. Like I'm the front end developer, I'm the back end developer, and I'm not a developer. Like I didn't train in any of this. They were just like, whenever I was like, oh hey, they're like, oh, do you wanna like who wants to do this? And I'm like, oh, I'll throw my hat in. I'd like to be part of the AI, initiative and stuff like that. And they're like, all right, sick, dude. Do it. And I'm like, all right, cool, man. Like, do we have somebody that's gonna like build the front end for this? And they're like, you are. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because like I set stuff up on like my other computer, like on my computer. But that's like, that's like bringing up Olama and bringing up uh like DeepSeek, right? So like see was it Olama Olama show. Where's my list? Do run DeepSeek R1. That's not what I wanted to do. 7B. Wait, is there a DeepSeek 7B? Why would they have a DeepSeek 7B? Also, GG. Yo, this is downloading real fast, though. And then I said something. Actually, I might move. Like, I kind of want to move my gaming computer in here so that I have like a bigger, like a beefier computer for like the AI stuff, but I kind of don't want to because there would be a lot of stuff to move in here. By the way, I might just start streaming during the day. I would just have to mute whenever I have work. Because, like, I'm going to be spending a lot of time working on, like, learning and, like, AI stuff. So I might just stream that. I bet I could remote desktop into my other computer. But then that doesn't really give me like all of the extra monitors and everything that I need. Because I don't know how people function. My mom functioned on like one monitor for like a really, really long time. Uh and I just don't understand how she did that. What is the difference between our 7B model and 8B model? So one of the things that I really, really, really like about like hosting models on OWAMA locally is that I get to see the part where it talks about like what it's thinking about, right? So like when I ask it what's the difference between the 7B and the 8B model, it goes, okay, so they're asking about, these two different models. From our previous conversations, they were interested in AI models, specifically from DeepSeek based on their question. Wait, hold on. It's stored by information? This should be brand new. How would it know our previous conversation? It should. especially considering this is 7B that I just downloaded. But I think that, like, you know, like the interesting thing with having these like locally, right, is that you get to see what it's thinking about as you ask it questions, right? So like it needs to explain what each model is designed for. And the thing is, right, so like when I was talking to some people about this, I'm like, this is quite literally like the type of thing that goes through your brain. We just don't have a screen, right? Like, I mean, that would be, you know, if you were asking me like, yo, what's the difference between you know, this and that, right? Like in my head, I gotta go, oh, okay, so this is the, you know, they want to know the difference between, you know, these two different things, right? You instinctively do all of this, like, as you are being asked questions, right? We just don't have a screen to show what it is that our brain is doing when it comes to, you know, the thinking patterns of like an AI model, right? And so I think that's like one of the interesting things too. And so like, you know, it even like dips down later and goes, I should invite them for a more detailed conversation if they're interested in specific tasks or wants guidance on choosing the right model. What's up, little dog? What's up, little dog? Are you mad that I'm paying attention to this AI and not to you? Is that what it is? Do you need some attention? Hmm? Is that what you need? Yeah. It's rough, man. It's rough. You try to work. She'll do this to me like all day long, man. Like I'll be on a work call and she'll just be like, "Hey, I've been sleeping all day and I just woke up and I need as much attention as humanly possible." And so she'll just like jump up on my chair. All right, get down. All right, get down. Are you okay? Because when you're up here, you slam your face into the keyboard. Okay. All right. Is it time? Okay, dudes. I'm gonna end here. This was mostly just like a test stream. Um, if you guys do want me to stream more often, if you guys enjoyed this, for the couple of you that jumped in here and hung out, you know, just let me know. I'm not against streaming on this. Um, haven't been really streaming on Twitch just because, like, well, one, I haven't really been playing too much in the way of games, and I feel like Twitch is kind of like shit as a platform. So I'll probably just stream over here from time to time. Like I was saying, I might stream during the day, like when I'm like learning stuff or like working on things. Mostly probably just gonna start streaming like when I'm working on things or whenever I go out like in camping in the car and stuff like that. So, but this dog's probably gonna go outside and I need to like feed them and everything like that. So